This is Jocko Podcast number 494 with Echo Charles and me, Jocko Willink. Good evening, Echo.
Good evening.
Beat the odds. Break the cycle. Be different. Be better. Everybody has a mountain they need to climb in life. What's yours? What summit do you want to reach? And what will you see when you get to the top? What self-inflicted habits will prevent you from getting to the peak? What sort of self-sabotage will keep you in the middle of the pack? Imagine this. What would your life look like if you changed from being passive to being passionate? Do you have an elite level talent? No? Well, neither do I. Those with a ton of talent generally aren't running at midnight after a big couple of days hammering miles and long plane rides. To everybody out there with talent, congratulations. I'm just a scrub compared to you. I know that, and I accept that. But all I know is that you won't outwork me. Whatever talent you have, and we all have some untapped talent inside of us, if you don't sacrifice, then you won't reach your full potential. That's what they call wasted potential. Don't ever live with that. When you live a disciplined life, you deserve to get to those mountaintops. Are you standing at the bottom looking up? That's okay. We've all been there. The beginning can be overwhelming, but you just got to start chipping away day after day. There's one thing anybody can do in life, and that's hard work. What I do to be undeniable is to work every day. I don't know what's going to happen next month or even this coming weekend, but I do know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to run that fucking mountain. I guarantee you that. It's never too late to begin, to be someone new, to stop the bad habits, to start new ones. Yesterday is over, and tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Today matters. Make the most of it. And that right there is an excerpt from a new book. It's called Undeniable: How to Reach the Top and Stay There, written by Cameron Haynes. And Cam knows a little bit about making it to the top, but he also knows about being at the bottom. He was a regular guy, grew up without much hardships at home, was on the path that many people follow in life. Beers, bars, and a bleak outlook. But then he found something hard, something tough, something rewarding, something called bow hunting. An arena where hard work can be used to win. And I've thought about this. I think it is an arena probably more than any other endeavor where hard work can bring success. And that's what Cam Haynes did. Worked hard. And his hard work paid off, and he became one of the most successful, recognized, and influential bow hunters in the world. And he wrote about his life in the book Endure: How to Work Hard, Outlast, and Keep Hammering. And we covered that book on podcast 334. And since that time, Cam's written this new book called Undeniable, capturing a bunch of lessons, and not just lessons from his success, but from scores of other top performers who lift, run, and shoot with him on his Keep Hammering Collective podcast. And it's an honor to have Cam with us here again tonight to share some of those lessons. Cam, great to see you. Thanks for coming down. And it was a bit of a...
That was the first mountaintop, is getting here of the day.
Yeah, I got a text on whatever it was, Monday or Tuesday. No, I guess it was on Tuesday. You're in Alberta, Canada. Mm-hmm. You're on some bear, and you're not coming home until you get some.
Yeah. And I was so thankful you understood. But so first of all, huge honor. Thank you guys for having me back. I mean, I was supposed to do a lot of podcasts this week. This is the only one I've made. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but I got here finally got those bears killed, and we're here. But thank you guys for having me. it's like I said, it's quite an honor.
Well, I hope you knew what you were going to get from me. I'm like, bears come first. The hunt comes first all day. I'm like, we'll do this whenever. Like, you got to take advantage of the time. You got the opportunity to kill some bear, man.
That took the pressure off because I don't know, you don't know what it's like to communicate with somebody like you probably, but I'm like, oh God, this is going to be the toughest one. Because I pushed them all off, right? But the other texts were pretty whatever. And I'm like, God, do I have to really? Because I was like, I need to get these bears because I got to do Jocko's podcast on Wednesday. I got to get there. And then you were so understanding.
Does nature work against you when you have like a deadline like that where
feels like it?
It's like, oh, I got to get this done, and it's not happening.
Animals don't care. Mountains don't care.
Mountains don't care about nothing, do they?
So it felt like nothing was going my way, and I was just like, I might have to get my mail forwarded here because I'm not leaving. I've invested so much time. I had to stick it out. So thank you for being understanding.
Man, I'm just glad you could make it down. Awesome to see you. Cool. You got a bunch of, like I said, you've got this new podcast. Well, it's not new, but you've been doing this podcast for the past couple of years. Keep Hammering Collective, and you brought in all these studs from a whole bunch of different arenas of skills. And that's what you've been doing. And you've captured a lot of those lessons in here. So you've distilled them down and made it cool. Let's start with the title of the book, Undeniable. I'll go to the book here. You say, I might owe Rogan for the inspiration behind the title. During one visit, I was sharing how I was able to train with all these different outliers and how that allowed me to pick their brains and see what made them tick. I was able to run alongside the best of the best, and that is how you progress. Anyone who's ever risen to heights in their field has always learned from the greats and has always strived to add tools to their toolbox. Now I was able to immerse myself amongst winners to try to learn from their mindset. It's like the expression, be undeniable, Joe said. There's a certain level that you can achieve in life that you can say all you want about Michael Jordan. That motherfucker's undeniable. He's one of the greatest basketball players that's ever walked the face of the earth, if not the best. That's just an undeniable person. And it's very few people that get to that undeniable place. And if you really want to have no excuses in life, you're going to have to be undeniable. You're going to have haters. You're going to have haters, but those haters can all suck it because they're just lying to themselves.
Yeah. Joe comes up. Man, Joe gets on a roll sometimes. So
yeah. Then that idea of being totally undeniable and just working your ass off. And that's, we were kind of going to get into this before we hit record. But I was thinking about bow hunting and hard work. And the fact that I can't think of another endeavor where just raw, hard work can pay off in the same way. Mm-hmm. Because, if you got to be in good physical condition. Like, let's say you got to have good endurance to be a bow hunter, but you don't have to be an Olympic level of endurance. Mm-hmm. You got to be strong, but you don't have to be Olympic level strong or NFL level strong. You got to have good hand-eye coordination because you got to be able to hit your target. But you don't have to be Major League Baseball level.
Right.
So you can take those, like the average skills that a human have, but you work hard at them. And you run thousands and thousands of miles, and you do thousands and thousands of pull-ups, and you shoot thousands and thousands of arrows. And that hard work will put you in a spot where you can get the job done. Mm-hmm. I don't know that there's another sport that translates that way. Like wrestling. Like hard work is going to get you really close. But then there's just some guy that's a natural, just a total stud. Like he's got that explosive energy. Or, you can name a sport, name any sport, basketball. Okay, cool. Michael Jordan had like really big hands. I don't care how hard you work, you're not going to grow your hands.
Right.
And you in bow hunting, it's just raw hard work can give you such an edge.
Yeah.
And really, like you, it's like the top.
I don't know.